The reality is exactly the opposite. In the Trump administration, Vance is one of the most vocal opponents of new wars in the Middle East. According to CNN, citing White House sources, it was Vance who personally urged Trump not to strike Iran in February 2026. He lost that internal debate. Currently, he is the one leading peace negotiations with Tehran. On April 12, 2026, he spent 21 consecutive hours bargaining with an Iranian delegation in Islamabad. The man labeled an Israeli protege turned out to be America's chief negotiator with Iran. The entire Israel's puppet construct collapses at this point. The Pakistan embassy strikes. On March 26, 2026, bombs did indeed land a stone's throw from the Pakistani embassy and the ambassador's residence. Pakistan issued a statement. "We are not Qatar. Touch our diplomats and you will face the consequences." That all happened. But the detailed chain, where Pakistani intelligence supposedly warned Trump, Trump supposedly called Israel, and Israel supposedly ignored him and struck the embassy, is not confirmed by any source. It is a reconstruction, not a fact. The geography check. Finally, the flashiest thesis. If Iran falls, the Strait of Hormuz passes under Israeli control. Open a map. Israel is 2,000 kilometers away from the strait. On one side is Iran, on the other are Oman and the UAE. Israel physically cannot control Hormuz under any circumstances. This isn't geopolitics, it's just basic geography. The Strait of Hormuz, a third of the world's oil, one country on its shores, and a theory that Iran is the next target, with Israel as the ultimate beneficiary. It sounds like a ready-made headline, but if you take this chain apart link by link, some parts are confirmed, some crumble, and in the middle you find a twist that flips the entire picture. Remember one name, Vance. We'll get back to him. The Strait of Hormuz. Let's start with the strait. A third of the world's oil is a figure close to reality. According to the International Energy Agency, in 2025, 34% of the world's crude oil trade and 20% of global LNG passed through Hormuz. But there is a nuance. The phrase, "Iran stands at the strait and won't let anyone in," doesn't hold up. The strait was open for decades. Oman and the UAE are on the opposite shore. Iran only began blocking it during the war of 2026, not before. In other words, cause and effect have been swapped. The blockade is a result of the war, not its cause. The PayPal mafia. Now, the connections. Peter Thiel, Elon Musk, David Sacks. A single team from the past, the PayPal mafia. Thiel, co-founder of PayPal and Palantir. In 2017, he hired a young J.D. Vance at his fund, Mithril Capital. In 2022, he poured $15 million into Vance's Senate campaign, the largest individual contribution to a single Senate race in U.S. history. Musk left PayPal and built SpaceX, which receives billions in defense contracts from the Pentagon. Sacks, also from PayPal, currently responsible for AI and crypto under Trump. These three have truly known each other for decades. These are documented facts. The hidden seam. This is where it gets subtle. The claim that this trio went to Trump and issued an ultimatum, "Take Vance as VP or the CIA will get to you," has zero sources. No leaks, no insiders, no documents. Watch how this works. 5 real facts in a row, followed by a fabrication as the 6th. Your brain swallows it all by inertia. This is how any high-quality conspiracy is built, not on total lies, but on a foundation of truth with a single substitution at a key point. Palantir and Israel. In January 2024, Palantir held its first board meeting in Tel Aviv, a demonstrative show of solidarity following October 7th. At the same time, it signed a new contract with the Israeli Ministry of Defense. This is true. However, the phrasing "moved the entire board there" is dramatization. It was one meeting, not a relocation. The fact exists, but the packaging is exaggerated. The twist, J.D. Vance. Now, hold on, here's the twist. Vance is often portrayed as Israel's man for the vice presidency, the person allegedly put there to bomb Iran.